Hello ladies and gentlemen, FrozenStag here, and welcome to the start of a brand new campaign series for Divide and Conquer. We are playing as the clans of Athámor, and you're probably wondering, what? This is a continuation series of what I promised you many moons ago when I did my Heirs Wife campaign. When that ended, I promised I would return and we'd do an Athámor campaign to continue the series in the way I want to. Since the end of that series, with the death of Don, Kaif, and Tremak, and a bunch of the main characters all dead, I just wanted to return. I wanted to come back. I wanted to end the series, or at least start a new series, but end it in the way I wanted to, not in disaster that was that series. So, welcome to the Clans of Athámor. This is a continuation series of that same series, but it's in a different campaign, a new campaign with different starting positions. Generals have been changed around. Lots of things have been changed. Now, before we get into it again, I remember that I was asked a lot about the custom files that I made for the Cas of Doom series when I added the custom generals in, and there's a few things around. And a lot of people asked for those files. And for some reason, I never thought about linking them. I never had the question before, but then people asked me, and I did get questions around that same time for other stuff I've done with custom generals that I'd never linked the files to for some reason. However, today I have. And because I know people will probably be a little confused how it all works, I will show you how to install it. It shouldn't take too long, just a few minutes of me showing you how to do this, because I know people will ask. I don't really want to make a separate installation guide just for like a quick something like this. So the first things you will need... Oh, can you hear that? Yeah. So the first things you will require is Divide and Conquer version 5, A Kingdom Reunited. You will need to install this first. After then, I need to go load up Discord and navigate to the Divide and Conquer Discord server, which you'll need it. No. So go to the Divide and Conquer Discord server. You'll find it in DAC user submods. Scroll up until you find this. So then, what you will need to do after that is install this over the over DAC version 5, because that's also what I'm using. So install that, and once you have installed both those files together, then you may download this. So in the description of this video, you scroll down and you will find Athámor mod files. So you'll find a link, click on that, and it will take you to Athámor mod files, and you just download that, which is like 17 megabytes. It will take like a couple seconds. Oh, whoops. So install that. So just press the download button there, and eventually it will pop up. Hang on. It will pop up here. No. Hang on. I should have really figured this I have it here, don't I? Yeah. So load up that and it will come up with a WinRAR folder. It's recommended to have WinRAR. I don't know if I mean 7zip I think works as well, or sometimes you have like an extractor thing, but in this case use WinRAR. That's the one I've got. Or 7zip. I'm guessing that probably works too. Whatever opens a RAR file basically. So yeah, navigate to your Medieval 2 mods folder. For some people that are completely new to it, new to generally modding for Medieval 2, some of you will be very familiar with the mods folder. But for those who don't know how to get to it, I'll show you. It's pretty simple. So go to your data, so whichever that has your main program files in. So for me, it's my data folder. Scroll down to program files times 86. Then you want to go to Steam. Go to then Steam apps, common, and then scroll down wherever Medieval 2 is, and then go to Medieval 2 Total mods, and there it is. As you can see, I've got an abundance of mods and different versions of DAC. So obviously you'll have Divide and Conquer version 5, which has an older Reckon submod on it as well. So once that's done, load up Athámor mod files. So you've got 3 files. Pretty simple. Now these are the ones I've edited. Expanded, I edited some of the names and the stuff. Not names, sorry. The names of the factions as well. So that's also changed. Portraits, I've added in a few different portraits that come from different submods and mods and whatnot. And the Destrat file as well, which is obviously where the main changes have taken place. So it's pretty simple. Drag these into these following folders. So we do portraits first. So let's go down to UI and drag the portraits into this file here, and then click overwrite once it's gone through. And then that's done. Then you move on to data again, and then into the text file. Then similar as before, drag the expanded file there, click overwrite, done. And then the next one you need to go to further around, maps, campaign, Imperial campaign, and drag the Destrat file there as well. I would also advise keeping, say if you wanted the original files, just don't make a copy and put them somewhere else, like your desktop or somewhere like that. So yeah, With that out of the way, that is how you install it. It's really simple. But I thought I'd get that out of the way because I know people are bound to ask me in the comments, how do you install this? So, there you go. So, let's begin. Now, I haven't edited any of the campaign bit here. It will come up in Wife Still and Tramak and Harak, apparently. He must have been the old-fashioned heir from version 4, I think, because he's not around anymore. So, here we are. So, as you can see, it is the Remnants of Athámor. So, the campaign, the actual series itself is called the Clans of Athámor, which is just a reference to Elend's wife. We've moved on to Athámor now, which is the kingdom that has risen since the fall of, well, the end of that campaign. There's a whole story. I mean, we have skipped ahead 15 years. So 15 years have gone ahead since the end of this series in, like, the story that I've created. Now, I haven't edited the ages of any other characters. It doesn't really matter. The characters that were present, some have returned, some are not. So I'll go through each one. But, as similar to my Khazad-dûm campaign, you may recall that we did a thumbnail change. So you had, like, the Expedition of Khazad-dûm first, which we did up to about the Balrog battle, I think it was, or whenever the hell Balin got crowned. And then we changed the thumbnail to the Kingdom of Khazad-dûm. And that is exactly what we're going to do today, except the Remnants of Athámor thumbnail will be probably on a lot longer than the Expedition was. Once we have reunited the clans and be crowned King of Athámor, then I will go ahead and change the thumbnail and the name to the Kingdom of Athámor. So right now we are Remnants of Athámor. Like, the Athámor Kingdom rose, it fell, thanks to a certain Dark Lord and other one. And so now we've gone to essentially the Remnants of Athámor. Everything's gone to shit, basically. And I will do my best to explain to you what I have created. There are a few things we'll read as well. Most of this is very much the same, but obviously a lot of things have changed. Yeah. So, Remnants of Athámor. So, I'll give you a quick... It's the same faction as Ed and Wife. It's just renamed and the starting position's different. You have a different capital city. Your generals... There's loads of different custom generals, and your faction leader and faction heir are completely different. I've gone through and overhauled pretty much the entire faction. So, there's a lot more than just me going into the faction, adding a couple custom generals done. No, I've gone a bit further. Which is probably why it took me so long to really come up with this idea. It took me ages, so I do appreciate... If anyone does want to play the files, I would appreciate it. I spent a bit of time in this. And, yeah. So, a quick overview then for Ed Wife. You have a range focus faction. You quite often use the javelins. Javelins and archers is your go-to. You do a few infantry, but not a lot. Poor cavalry. You don't really have a lot of cavalry. You do have it, but it's not a lot. Your javelin units are quite strong. And your uniting clans is your basic, like, gist of the whole campaign. Although, in our case, we'd be reuniting the Kingdom of Athámor, because it's fallen. Some notable units are the Tirquocoil Cross Centauri, which as you may recall, I'll leave a link as well to the old End Wife series so you can be caught up to speed. I probably recommend watching the last episode of the series, but that just brings you up to speed with what's going on. If you want to watch the whole campaign, go for it. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it anyway, but it just ended in a bit of a premature way because of certain things that happened, and also my desire that I thought I wasn't as invested as I am now coming back to it, so perhaps that was a failure on my part there, but we return to you now. So the Tirquocoil was, of course, the bodyguard of Tramak, the Dubsheaf Foresters, noble units, and the Mordag Skirmishers as well. Good javelins. The Foresters are pretty good too. So yeah, there's a bit of a text here. The start location is different at all. The clan early game, that's basically the same, but we'll read through the whole thing in the game once we're in. So yeah, we go very hard and very hard for campaign and battle difficulty. That's what's recommended. Other than that, if you want an easy game, then the AI will just sit there and do nothing. So yeah. And yeah, I mean, the AI will get cheats. But this game is quite old, so generally the AI gets a lot of cheats anyway. Very hard to make some more of a competition, otherwise it would just be an absolute rollover. Yeah, we keep the battle time limit because I'm aware that the game, some of the AI does wig out in battles that cause you to end up losing, the battle just won't ever end. In terms of victory conditions, we go for the long victory conditions. 25 is probably all of the main area of Ed Wife, the whole thing, including Minharia and Dunland and the southern parts. Whereas 40 regions will allow us to expand and go a bit further, which is what I want to do. Including Ligo, I assume is either Farbad or Alkford. I'm not entirely sure. Sure, CPU members want to see what the AI is doing. The manager will say, he's like, God, why would you ever turn that off? So yeah, let's jump into it. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And as you can see, the Noldor appear around as well, which will make this campaign very interesting, I think. With the addition of the Noldor Varekian, will they attack us? We'll be in trouble. As we saw in our tournament recently. At the moment, which is still going on. By the time you're watching this, it'll be just after the hot seat vote. And then maybe after next episode, next week will probably be the next part, maybe a hot seat announcement potentially. I wanted to get this. It's going to run alongside the tournament and the other series, and this will be up on Thursdays, unless I have anything else to upload, in which case this will be a bit later. To celebrate the start of this brand new campaign, this video will be going on for about an hour and a half, so another hour and 20 minutes, and that's your lot. Just to celebrate the start of a new campaign. Now, I'm not going to go any further and record, and that's not going to be like the whole series. So the rest of the series will be an hour-long length episodes. I'm not going to go ahead with intros. I did think of this idea as a scribe writing about the story of Endwife and Athámor and whatnot. But I just didn't really have the time to really sit there and go make intros, and I just don't really have that time. So I just went with what I've got, and I explained to you as I've explained every other series. I won't go on too long though. I'll try and keep it to a minimum, but just be prepared that this will go on a bit. So if you don't want to listen, then skip ahead a fair bit. So we'll go for a bit of welcome and I'll get into the story. Welcome to Divide and Conquer version 5. So this message is very important. If you're not entirely sure, so if you're not up to date what's going on with DAC and version 5, then I recommend just reading this, because the amount of developers, the messages the developers get about the questions, just read this. It'll save you a lot of time and save developers a lot of time too. And if developers don't have to keep answering your questions, that's more time they can focus on the mod. Clicking the missions button will now display the faction overview message that outlines the key features and limitations of the factions you're playing as. Town halls and castle halls in order to train units. Characters cannot die of old age. That's a new thing. Characters before would die of old age. Personally, I can understand it for certain, like the elves, for example. They live bloody ages. But I think for my generals, if my generals get to a certain age and they just when they reach that age and they die, then I may just like send them off map or something like that. but yeah, I have a habit of getting my generals killed, so that shouldn't be a problem. Visual changes to battle model. Bodyguard units are hard coded. Again, we're not using the extender. So that's not happening. There's some more stuff set. So also something else to mention as well. Does a scroll up thing actually work? It does. Oh, it never used to work for me. But that's a scroller button. So there you go. I'm going to talk about this in a second. But something I do want to add as well. So this didn't win the vote. So I know we did the faction vote. This did not win the vote. That will be our Gondor campaign. That has indeed won the vote. And that will be going up when my tournament ends. So I'm still working on the modding for that, for the custom generals and some other bits. Some other stuff I'm adding as well. And then that will begin after the tournament series wraps up. So you'll be getting the Kingdom of Gondor series, will be quite exciting. And this obviously is the series that we're doing alongside it as well, because I'm going to do another DAC campaign. And I was sitting on this idea for about 6 months now about the continuation of this story, and I figured it's finally time to actually sit down and do it, and I kind of want to play it, and while I'm in the mood to play it and I want to set this up, I'm going to go ahead and do it, and that's what I'm doing. We'll go through this, I suppose. Obviously keep in mind that time has passed and we are now Athámor, so yeah, but I'll read it anyway. We are beset by danger at every turn. Wild wolves prey on our people, but we hunt them at all times. Bring them down, but never destroying them. Much like the world and our people, we were greatly troubled, the highest of men. Not so high when they came and savaged your forest, tear down the bulk of what was your home and our capital of old, Athámor, which is far bad. That is bitterness of many hundreds of years of times passing, and we do not keep it. It flows through us like water through hands. Our greater friends were the Druidane, not the Dunedain. But we respect them and remember what it was like to have true unity, order and fealty, protection and persecution. Long we have lived upon a double-sided coin and ironic existence, both hunted for our actions in defence of our forest and needed for the wars in the north. The levy men of Cardland we lived with honour, fought and died for it, and we never gave in. Our history sustains us, and we will see it restored. It is what keeps us sleeping at night, albeit with one eye open. And what gives us our courage to gather around campfires and talk of better times, of the histories. Passed down for generations our histories are, and they fill us with hope and sustain lives that are desperately in need of a common cause. Perhaps there is one among us who will lead the clan to unite, and take on our foes with common voice and hand. We are a mixed people. Within our borders lie villages of fisherfolk, deep in the woods are great bowmen, hunters, whilst in the open ground are villages of a people who battle each day to remember our past and carry on in hope that it will be restored. Our people are divided, and it may be that we unite by force or under the banner of one such as you, my chieftain, or in this case, my king. A great leader who can unite us and unify the scattered remnants of our people is what we need, and I feel you may be the one we are waiting for. This gives me great pleasure and is an honour to serve you. While we lack in honed military skill, we make up for in our tenacity and honour in combat. We follow our chieftains to death and would sustain them even beyond this. From the old ruins our people will come. From the fishing villages and from forest and plain, they will all fight and die for you without question. And with considerable ferocity, it is not that we lack skill. We lack unity, enough to drill men, to bind them together and fight with discipline like other men do. Unlike the men of Dunland, we do not hold the bitterness of past history. We use it to look forward, not to strain to see the flip side of that coin and keep hatred in our hearts. The men of ancient Cardland on the rise and the foes that prey upon us had best be careful, lest they find united cause that binds us in bands of iron and them in the shadow of death. We are ready to war with others, to take our cause and unite again. That is enough for now. There you go. Pretty badass. So we'll read a bit about this because we technically are still the Merkini. Like our leader, which I'll get onto him in a minute, is a Merkini member of the tribe. Now, obviously, Dramak dead. He died quite, as some of you will remember from the Enterprise series. So I'll go through this anyway. We are the Merkini. Long have we served as guardians of Alkford and the clan moot itself, and now once again does one of our own. No, he's not. He's dead. And also Alkford's not ours. We've lost that too. We'll talk about that later. But anyway. And yet times have never been more dire. The clans of Athámor are now beset on all sides by foes with few friends in this world. And there are whispers of the shadow mustering strength in the far east. Our traditional rivals for the speaker's position, the Leodan, have abandoned the clans and now crouch behind the walls of Londare. To the east, our warlike kin and Dunnan are now used as pawns for the White Wizard and once again march against us. They've already marched against us. To the northeast, there are rumours of growing powers within the Misty Mountains, and refugees from Rohan speak of outright war between Isengard and Edoras. Before we can turn our attention to those threats, we must deal with matters at home, for the clans stand at Nadir. Bandits, usurpers, and traitors have overtaken the ancestral clans of our fellow clans, and only Alkford is still held by the people of this land. As expected, the clan has long been in debate with each clan, arguing that their home should be reclaimed first. Finally, however, their decision has been made on these matters. The speaker, not Tremak, shall be authorised to command the full might of these clans, and has one been tasked with reclaiming all of our lands one by one. To assist the secretive and respected Dub Chief, this is Don Kuiper, he's dead, there's another Dub Chief, don't worry, we'll talk about that later, has conveyed the approval of his order, and will fight with us personally. The other chieftains cannot fight with us as their time is consumed on managing the effects of this great turmoil, but other people could join us. Upon their clans, many people have been displaced and many livelihoods lie in ruin. The chieftain of Falani, however, ever ready for battle and bloodshed, is issued as a challenge. She will reclaim the seat of the Falani, the ancient dueling castle of Argon, and he will personally lead his honour guard into the field. Sadly, therefore, the vast majority of the clans can only aid us indirectly for the moment, but as we construct various industries befitting each clan, they will call forth their levies to fight. Furthermore, the reclamation of each clan seat will allow us to call on the support of the elders of each clan as the stores of arms and armour are returned to them, and housed in bespoke muster grounds. In time, the foolishness of the Leodan must also be seen to, and they must be made to face reason or perish. Although no clan calls the barren lands of Saraline and Leia Ferran home, we must also reclaim them to secure our borders. Finally, the threats of Dunnan must also be addressed. Our wayward kin have sworn themselves fully to the White Wizard, preferring to seek vengeance for the crimes of the past rather than look to the future. Labelling us as weak-willed fools, they would rather die in battle than seek a peaceful reconciliation with us. Our only option will be to defeat them in the battle they crave, and show them the proof of our conviction. We are confident, however, that many peaceful Dunlendings, ostracized on account of their forgiving natures, will join us if we establish a muster ground in their lands. Once these threats have been dealt with, then shall we turn our attention to the future. Whatever that may be, the reclamation must come first. So these are all the stuff we need to retake for us to reform Athámor. So, let's get into the story, I suppose. Why the hell are we over in Caris now, not Alkford? Well, I'm going to go toggle photo this because this is the best way to me to show you. So as you may recall, from the last time we played this with Wife sort of fell to ruin. And that's because Tremak died. Now, in our story, Tremak didn't die immediately after taking Isengard. He died 15 years later. And I'll talk a bit more about that. So as you may recall, we did take out a few generals, but some of them have returned. So, Lurtz, for example, unfortunately Lurtz is just like, I would have definitely killed Lurtz off if we could. But he's tied to so many scripts. He's tied with Dunland, Isengard, and other stuff. And so if I'd removed him, the game would almost certainly break. So I just had to let him live. And so in our head, Lurtz has returned. Ugluk, I can't quite remember if Ugluk died or not, to be honest. I don't have the save file, so I can't really find out. So I deleted the files ages ago, so I thought, oh, I probably won't ever return to this, but then I have. So sort of shot myself in the foot there. So I had to look at my old, last episode video to work out what the hell was going on. So that's what I did. So Ugluk is still alive. We said he was the one who killed Tremak. Well, obviously didn't quite kill him. He's still alive. One thing I have noticed is that, I don't know, Bio is here. Gondor at War removes Bio, that's it. That's why I'm confused. I was testing with that earlier. Saruman, of course, was killed off. We quite remember killing him. However, in this story, we instead beat him in battle, and he was locked away in Isengard. And eventually he was exiled and found his way back to Mordor. Saruman, with the fall, basically most of Isengard had fallen apart. Everyone sort of ran away and into the forest and into the lands. And since the fall of Isengard, Tremak basically led an army, conquered back Eisenrund, Dellrath. He also managed to secure Gund, who had to have that returned to us, and Gondor returned to Cure, making a bit of in return for the alliance being cancelled in that case, as Gondor wanted some territory in this, and basically Tremak said no, we want it back, and so Gondor gave it up, but then cancelled their alliance. Tremak went around regrouping and conquering many other areas and lands, and eventually, as time went on, he returned to Alkford, raising his son and grandson after Don Kaif's death. Also, Ganburigan, as you may recall, did get killed off. However, we're going to say that he was instead captured in battle, but then was eventually rescued by Tremak letting the line, and eventually Ganburigan returned back to the forest up here.
Come and get me.
Will he, of course, return? We'll see. But anyway. But yeah, so basically Tremak went around and unified the clans. He made peace with Dunland and brought them into an alliance for the time being. An uneasy alliance, but they stayed at an alliance for time. Also, as time went on, the Noldor elves also came to establish themselves in the lands of Osten-Fil, as well as the lands of Osten Noldor as well. So they do play a part in this campaign, which would be quite interesting to see how that goes, I guess. So Tremak went around and unified the rest of the clans. He also, instead, many expected him to take up the mantleship of a ruler, perhaps becoming himself as a king, but Tremak refused. He had no interest in rulership, he had only interest in protecting and defending his people, and making sure that the clans were at peace and united, to face whatever may come from perhaps Rohan, the north, or the south, or perhaps even the west. But Tremak basically unified the clans, and once he did that, he searched for someone who could be crowned as king. So he searched for many years until he found someone at Farbad, the Lord of Farbad, who recently had rebelled and kicked out the Dunlendans. And so Tremak journeyed north to Farbad. He met with this lord, and this lord was known as Wolf. Wolf, who, as you may recall, is spelled W-U-L-F. Similar to the old Dunlending king Wolf, who used to be king of Rohan once, who led an invasion but was defeated. So yeah, similar name. So Wolf was in Farbad. He was a lord of Farbad, but was facing a rebellion. And Tremak, with his army, aided him in battle and helped defeat him. Now, eventually, Tremak came to learn that Wolf was actually a descendant of the ancient middlemen kings that used to rule over Athámor many thousands of years ago. And he found that in the fact that Wolf had a item. We'll talk about Halmir in a bit. But you may recall Halmir had an item called Necklace of Eregion. Now, this necklace was given to the elves long ago as a sign of alliance and sort of peace with the middlemen of the south before the Númenóreans came. And they eventually went on to become kings. Eventually, when the Númenóreans came, their kingdom fell apart, and they had no choice but to eventually surrender to the Númenóreans and were basically taken in as I want to say slaves, but that's not quite right. I guess more as like subjects, I suppose. And after time, Wolf and Tremac talked at great length, and eventually Wolf was returned to Endwife with, of course, Farbad, and he was eventually then crowned king. With his ancient descent and sort of background as an ancient king of the land, he had the sort of like the most legitimacy and claim to be crowned as the rightful king of Endwife, eventually known as Athámor. So Wolf by Tremac was crowned, and as the Viking music plays, he was then crowned as king of Athámor, and so the kingdom of Athámor was formed. Now Dunland did not become part of this kingdom. They were, at the moment, they sort of just stayed out of it and decided, you know what, Sonic, we're not interested. We'll turn music down because copyright. And the Dunlendings just didn't get involved. They did eventually secede Bio over to them, and Dunlarak was all regions part of Endwife. Dunyard, and Byreg and was part of Dunland. However, since the fall of our kingdom, they have retaken Dunlarak and pushed over to Bio, and now set their sights on the city of Farbad. So what the hell happened? So Wolf became king. He had a sister who was married to one of the brothers, from the distant relatives of, or the, say, brother, more uncle. No, I guess brother. The elder brother of Don Clive. And so they eventually, so he had the sister that married off. And Wolf, unfortunately, did have a few sons. However, they did not make it. So while this was going on, plans were being set in motion by Saruman. Saruman ran away back to Mordor and spoke with the Dark Lord. And he formed an alliance and a plan to retake his lands. With the help of the Witch King of Angmar and many other servants of Sauron, and Sauron himself, of course, he was involved. And the mouth of Sauron, Grimmer Wormtongue was also present as well. Grimmer started poisoning the lies with Theoden, making Theoden weak. So since all that happened, what happened next? So, what was that? Why's my phone vibrating? Oh, someone's robbing me in Monopoly. Cool. Anyway, not important. So he formed an alliance with Mordor. And essentially, Saruman raised up a great orc army. He raised up many orc forces. And he managed to, with dark powers that were taught to him by the Witch King of Angmar when he was king of, used to be rule over Angmar and used to have like the Barrow-wights and all that. Saruman rose back some of his enemies from the dead, and he rose them back. He brought them back to life. So he brought Lurtz back to life, who was slain, and Ugluk was also made stronger. Not quite brought back to life, but made stronger. With some dark sort of necromancy, which was taught him to Saruman by the Witch King and Sauron and all the other dark sorcerers in Mordor and whatnot that taught Saruman his power. And Saruman was eager to get revenge, most certainly against the kingdom, this new kingdom of Athámor. He would shatter and break this new kingdom. So what happened? Ugluk rose a great host in the east, and he marched into Rohan, causing much trouble, many forces in Fangorn as well, and he marched into the lands of Endwife. Now Tremac had been in Isengard at the time, who had basically just been building it up and whatnot, and suddenly the loads of orcs rose from the pits, and Tremac had to basically pull out of there. There was hundreds and thousands of troops in Isengard, and he had no choice but to pull out there and rode south. However, a great orc army to the west rose up by the command of Lurtz, and they rode to meet Tremac. Tremac thought he could smash them with ease, and raided up the garrison of Eisenrun and many other forces from the forts. But unfortunately, that was not to be. For Ugluk had massed from the east with an army of Mordor, Isengard, many trolls, and many more goblins that have also joined in the north. And they met Tremac in battle. And as we saw in the final episode of our Endwife campaign, Tremac met with his end. And when Tremac died, so did the sort of hope, the love, the hope of Endwife died that day as well. Tremac was slain, and his body was basically eaten by the orcs, as they would normally do. They eat other humans. That's what they do. They eat man flesh. They're weird like that. So what happened after that? So Tremac was dead, and obviously the orcs made sure that everybody in the kingdom knew that Tremac was slain. And as you can imagine, the morale and sort of hope that everyone had was shattered. And basically, many of the people who had been, Wolf had been crowned as the king of Athámor. Some people rose up in rebellion. They only really joined with Wolf because they had no option. Now Tremac was dead. They had no wish to carry on with his king that they hardly ever knew. Tremac's decision to try and get legitimacy was a good decision, but was flawed. And many people, some clans, rose in rebellion and decided to follow their own paths. And that's what happened. So after then, as time went on, Saruman, under the guise of a wandering, I guess, old man, made his way into Alkford. And with the power of necromancy, he rose up the dead of Alkford. The ones that people have been buried, he rose them up from the dead. And also, what had been going on as well, he'd also captured the outside forts and rallied up many orcs from them. And also the sewers under Alkford, he made sure that many of his orcs could make sure their way under the ground and rose up from the sewers. And suddenly he attacked Alkford. Now, Saruman was inside the city, used great power, and also with the help of a couple of Nazgul, also appeared and showed up with their fell beasts. Something that did also happen is that he called upon Dunland to march an army into Alkford. He opened the gates and Dunland army marched in. Basically, a Dunland warband charged in there, led by King Yagfak, and marched into Alkford, slaying and slaughtering everybody in their sights. I could have gone through and killed off the population, but I didn't do that. The population, as you can imagine, is now made up of mostly orcs that have just showed up and occupied the place, but obviously they'll be ousted when the time comes. In addition to, obviously, an army from Yagfak going to Alkford, and we also managed to send armies to Dunlarak to retake the keep, and then on to Bile, and then on to send another army to take Farbad. So yeah. So as you can imagine, Alkford was essentially massacred, and the King Wolf, who was inside, was slaughtered on the field of battle as he tried to rally up his men. His sons, who were quite young, were slaughtered as well, and the remaining some of the relatives that were relatives to Tremak were also killed off. And basically, Saruman wiped out nearly everyone. He slaughtered the entire town, and Saruman now resides inside Alkford as a spoils of war, basically. The armies of Dunland returned home, and they're basically now building up their army to strengthen and march into take more of the territory that had risen up. With their king dead, Wolf was dead, his sons were dead, and the line of kings had ended, sort of. However, as you may recall, I mentioned about a sister married off to the clan, the Grandmaster of the Order of the Dub Sheaf, and he had a son. Now, this son was not of the royal house that Wolf had recently founded, but he was had the most claim to the throne. Now, this didn't sit with many. Many people still despise Wolf as king of Ern's wife, and they much rather would have preferred Tremak and perhaps his son or grandsons. We'll talk about them later. And many people rebelled. So some rebelled on their own and basically decided to forget this. I'm going to be my own chieftain, lord, or whatnot. And they all rebelled. Many became under Isengard. Some of these guys will be taken under the Order expansion later on. Some bent the knee to Isengard. Some bent the knee to Dunland. And some just decided to think, screw this, I'm off. And became their own chieftains and lords. Basically, the kingdom of Athámor was split and broken, and eventually the ones that had survived Alkford, and not many, some people weren't at Alkford when the massacre began. However, there were a few who actually had taken land in Caras Nunaled, and they had basically strengthened their land over there, and this was down the new capital region. Now, Athámor is a very difficult place in Caras Nunaled. We have nothing. We have a wooden palisade and a book, and that's it. That's all Caras Nunaled has. It's a very underwhelming region. And we're already starting losing money. So yeah, as you can imagine, everything's gone quite to shit. Now, when Tremak fought this big battle, and he died. And however, some of his reinforcing men and whatnot still occupied the forts. We'll talk about them in a bit. And they occupied the forts. And thankfully, the Rohirrim sent more men and whatnot to aid them as well. But now, there was trouble. So, we'll come out of Toggle Foe. I've shown you the map. You know exactly what we have to do. We need to retake our territory. So, I have gone through and changed the family tree. Not entirely. I'm not very good at family trees. I did want to maybe change it a bit more, but I couldn't because my skill with family tree is limited. Now, I was thinking about maybe, using the same family tree as Ekon, who is a grandson of Don Kai, for me, bringing him and having his own sort of family tree. But that didn't quite work because the game kept crashing every time it entered the family tree. So I just gave up, and I did some minor changes, like killed off a few people and so forth. Now, Maher, who was over in Alkford, she was slaughtered, and so was her sister, and so was Saradok's sister, and then his brother obviously is dead, and his father is long gone. They died years ago. Now, ignore the year thing. I don't know how to get the year accurate. So the year, it just says 2969, but assume it's the same year. So yeah. So Grandmaster Saradoc, he's the Dub Chief man. He is the Lord of that area. Now, a lot of these lords and whatnot have basically been trading a lot. They've got trade with lots of different people. Now, Saradoc recently established himself in Caras Nunled. At the time, it was under a rebel garrison, independent realm. They were basically terrorizing the land, and eventually Saradoc moved north, and he claimed Caras Nunled for himself, and named basically that was his little land. Eventually, it is now the capital, since most of Dunland has now fallen. He is the father of the current High Lord. Now, he was, and of course, Halmir has been offered as the king. However, Halmir has refused. He does not feel he should be the king until he has retaken the lands of his people. So, yeah. Now, many of our lords and stuff are scattered. Some are in the forts over to the east. Some have just arrived outside of Farbad, since the place is now rebelled. Some are over in Caras Nunled, and some are in the furthest southern regions not far from Faragrondost. I'm going to talk a bit about them. We'll start with our guys over here, over in Caras Nunled. We're going to start getting to build this place up. Get a Mason's Hall in, and it makes little to no income, so we may as well stick it on low tax rate and get the population going up. And that's it. We can't build a diplomat, so that's another hard thing. We don't have a diplomat, I'm afraid, so that's gonna have to hope people don't attack us straight up. We start off at War of Isengard and Dunland, as you might expect, considering they're the one to basically destroy our kingdom. We will never spare them. We will never cease fire with them. We will kill them. They will die, essentially. So Saradoc to the north then, he is the, will I say a very good, he's loyal beyond question, but he's not a very good administrator, not the best of commanders, but he is a member of the Dub Chief, which of course is a secretive and mysterious order. And he now aids his son. He is also a fashion heir as well, but obviously Halmir is the main heir. The clan and Moot and all that has agreed that should Halmir fall, his father being the most senior, will take up arms. So Saradoc is over in Caras Nunled. Now our goal straight away is to move south, maybe take some more lands. Now interestingly, we do border the Dunedain in Matrife, and I think Bree just a bit further north as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What's it called? Corwillishars just north of there. So yeah. So we're Caras Nunled, so led by Grandmaster Saradoc. We also have Ionan, a member of the Barseek clan. Now, he was also the Lord of Caras Nunled. He was the brother of the Lord, not the actual Lord. He was the brother. And obviously, he's now taken over as the Lordship. But since the whole everything's fallen apart, Saradoc's turned up. He escaped the big slaughter of all Outford and rode north with many a secret rally with many of the Mordag fishermen at his disposal. So he's gone to Caras Nunled. As a member of the Dub Chief, he comes with his own bodyguard. We can recruit some mercenaries. And I find the audio is a bit loud. Just turn it down a little bit. That's a bit better. That's a bit more manageable. So Grandmaster Saradoc, he is our fashion heir. Now I will go through... Oh, button don't click. It's an idea. So we'll go ahead and grab some bandits. We need them. We're already going to debt some, so we can accept that and we have to roll with it. So Saradoc comes with a unit of Dub Chief Foresters. That is his little unit. That is his own unit, which is a very good archer unit, which is pretty much our best archer unit. So very high accuracy, very high range, lots of missiles, and are pretty decent. They're not armor piercing though, sorry. But give him some mounts as well. So Saradoc has quite a few ancillaries. He's got an Ardenheim Trident, which he's carried before. He's got a bit of loot and gain. Steel Bow, he carries a Steel Bow as his little, that's his thing. He's a Hunter's Guild Elder, and he's also a Clown Elder as well. Being the age of 50, that's old in the medieval period. He got a Pelt Helmet as well. He's also got some old Vineyards wines. So he's got some from Breenlands in his trading and renowned mercenary. Since the kingdom has now fallen, obviously now everything's gone kind of down the pan, so our trade and all that has gone down the shithole pretty much. Did he just get more command when he stood out there? I think he did. Or was it just because we got the mercenaries? No idea. So we have 4 units of Mordag Fishermen sitting inside Caras Nunled, which we'll be sending out immediately. Which I'm happy to name change, not bother changing that. And then with Ionan, who is another member who is actually with the brother of the previous Lord of Caras Nunled. He is now taken up as the Lord. He has a steel sword, which is just an end-wise sword, and he has a Numenorian pendant, which is something he basically stolen. Basically, it's been an heirloom of the old kingdom of Cardalan in Caras Nunled for quite some time now. He's actually a member of the Barseek clan, or Barseek, or Bearsake, I think. The Bearsake clan, basically. So he was basically a sect of the Bearsake clan was over in Caras Nunled. They basically took up residence there. But since that little place has been taken over by Saradoc, and some of in the Kingdom of Athámor, that all fell apart. So most of the sort of people going on right now have just heard of the massacre of Alkford, the death of Dramak, and all pretty leaderless and all broken and battered. So it's our job to basically bring back the heart and life of a lot of people. He comes from Fallon Border Guards, which is a pretty decent infantry unit. Ionan then comes with a unit of Warband Blades, which is a slight little a nod to the Dunlendings into the east there. So it's actually a Dunland unit that we can recruit eventually. I think we can anyway. They're in the files, so I assume so. So Warband Blades. But basically he's got a bit of a descent. His actual mother, was a member of the Dunlendings and she has since passed on now. And he has been given a company of Warband Blades due to his parentage. And that was sent by his own mother upon her death. That is, this unit of Warband Blades, upon her death, will protect her son, Ionan. You may recall as well, for those that watched my DCI Last Lions Men of the Mountains campaign, that this is actually of Faction Heir, the portrait from the Men of the Mountains. I'm not quite sure where Saradok's portrait, but I've seen some before. Doesn't quite ring a bell, I'm afraid. But yeah, I think that might be from DCI. I used quite a few portraits from there as well. So we have a decent army in the south here. We'll send Saradok out on a little party eventually.
Yes, my lord.
But for now, we're just leaving there for a bit. We're coming over to Farbad. So in the north, Farbad, we have Flabhertek the Mighty, who is a member of the Mordag clan. Now, he's actually gone north, and he was actually involved in Farbad. He's basically over that place at the moment. And he was actually a mercenary. But he's obviously been in Mordag for quite some years now. But he used to start off as a mercenary. He has since been pushed out of Farbad by the rebellion clan, and has since had on the eyes to retake it. However, we're on a bit of a free way, because Dunland also wants to claim over it as well. So Flabhertak then is a Mordag, obviously. He comes with Helmhamhand's sword, which he claimed off some Dunlending vaults some years ago. He's got a woodman's spear. He also carries the spear of Arendir, who is the last king of unified Arnor, and somehow he's come into possession of that. So yeah, he's actually one of the probably better commanders we've got, and as sort of in reverence to his old, I think that's even a word, in reverence to his old mercenary roots, he comes with a company of sellswords as his bodyguard, which is a pretty good unit. They have attack of 14, defense 18, they're pretty damn good, and their armor's pretty high too.
Yes.
He also comes with 4 units of bandits as well, which he's rallied up as well. In the fort, you will find Corellian, who is a member of the Mordag clan as well. We'll say as well, is actually his elder brother. Corellian is his elder brother. We'll grab some more mercs while we're here as well. We need all the help we can get. We'll probably turn our attention to Farbad, or we might let the Dunlendings take it first and then... Nah, screw it. We'll go in. So Corellian is a member of the Mordag clan again. He is a ranger of the north. And I think he does have the West Marksman. He's got a Daily longbow. He's gathered a longbow from his time of there. He also has a member of the New Name with him as well. And he also is a herbalist as well. Or is accompanied by a herbalist. So yeah. Corellian is an amazing general. He's just got a bit of loyalty. He's a bit dismayed since the death of Dramak and the king. And everything's gone kind of down bad. To use a weird expression. He comes with Endwife Marksman. He's one of the better archers, and he comes with the Marksman. We used to be Don Kai's bodyguard for my Endwife campaign. These are actually remnants of Don Kai's previous retinue, and they have now since gone north, and they've come to the service of Corellian. Or Corellian? I think it's Corellian. Corellian, or it sounds more like Corellian. Corellian, I don't know. Someone may correct me in the comment section below, but I'm going to go with Corellian. Corellian for now. We'll go for that. That sounds cool. We'll work out what we do over there in a minute. Moving to the eastern, you will find our actual king. However, he's not called himself king. He's just the High Lord. So when he reclaims everything, we're calling him king of all that. So High Lord Halmir. So Halmir comes in next of Eregion, which was his his uncle, sorry. And he's come in since so basically it was Saradok that escaped. Actually, Wolf bestowed this upon Halmir shortly before the battle with Alkford. He decided that Halmir should have it. His sons would become kings. His sons would become kings and whatnot. So he didn't really care that much about Halmir, but he wanted to give his nephew a bit of something. So he gave him his necklace, which I'll make sure I pass that down. As for Halmir, then, he is an astonishing commander. He's like one of the better, not apart from Doug Hall, our greatest commander. He's one of the... not a bad commander. He comes with an old Numenorean general's longsword, which used to belong to the Numenoreans long ago. He has an Ardenheim shield, and he also has Knight's armor, something Knight of Diamonroth. Halmir once spent a bit of time in Diamonroth, and eventually became a knight before he returned back to Aerndwife. He also picked up an Ardenheim shield in his combat years and an Ancient General's longsword. And he's also come into possession of Wine of Dorwinion. He's also travelled to Dorwinion. He's travelled around a bit, this guy, so he's quite interesting. Now, Halmir is a Morkani. He is, his mother was a Morkani. That's sort of the... yeah, his mother was a Morkani and her father was a Morkani chieftain. Not related to Tremak, I'm afraid. There's a whole different part of the family entirely. So he's not related to Tremak at all, unfortunately. I wanted to go ahead with a different story, with a different family tree and different characters. There are some characters you will see later on that are related to Tremak and Don Kive, but I wanted it to be a different... I wanted it to be a new story. I didn't want it to be like the exact same story, so I wanted to do something different. So we have High Lord Halmir, who is pretty damn good. It's not bad. Halmir comes with Aerndwife Guardsman as his bodyguard, which is an effective against armor unit. They have armor piercing, they have attack of 8, defense 22, and missile attack of 10. They have very good javelins and will be used wisely. Accompanying the king, or High Lord at the moment, he will be king. Well, I'll rename him the High King when we take everything, providing he doesn't die. In which case, Saradok will become the new king, I suppose, and then we'll have to try and get some more generals later on. So Saradok then comes with a unit of Dub Chief Elders. This is a unit sent by his own father to keep him safe and protect him, and he comes with them. Tremak sent them to guard the fort, that's what they've done, and also to the south, you will find I can never get his name right, Aongas, I think his name is. Now, Aongas has a bit of a different sort of complexion due to his little fun of Endrout. He's been drinking that quite a lot, and since his face has gone a bit greeny, and his eyes have gone a bit yellow. So he's gone slightly dark, but he is the son of Tremak. He is his son. Obviously, Tremak had a grandson, Don Kive, who was Don Kive's son, who's we got up to in a minute. But this is Tremak's son, and he is the heir to his estates in the Morkani lands. So he has an Endrout. So yeah, Endrout. That helps him out a bit. He has a Rohirrim horse. He has a horse that was given to him by the Rohirrim. He's got a dwarven friend. He has a dwarf with him. And a Horn Slaughter, a deadly spear forged in the Pits of Isengard that he got from his father. And since the battle took place, the Ugluk and Alerts has moved westwards. And he's gone ahead and scavenged the battlefield and found the old spear that his father had. He also fears orcs as well. And yeah, he's not bad. Ongas comes with the Morkani and backstory, which used to be Tremak's bodyguard, but in my Aerndwife campaign, you may recall, I made them the Tigr Cross Centauri. I don't have a general's bodyguard without you yet. We will get a general at some point when we reform the clans, I think, that comes with that unit as a bodyguard. So that's why that's why I haven't given one out this time. So the Morkani and backstory is a pretty decent unit, and we should see them in action. Axon? I don't know what that means. He comes with 4 units of Leodan Billman, which aren't too bad at all. Nothing to sneer at. Something I will do, which is slightly cheesy, kind of, is grab a few mercenaries. Now, I could march on Isengard straight away. I very much could march on Isengard straight away and take it, which we could do. But I do know Isengard gets a heck ton of defenders as their bodyguard, so I'm kind of almost against doing that. So what I instead might do is maybe possibly, because Halmir's in the trees, I might send a young ass to go take Eisenrun, and then we'll get down there in the next turn. Well, I'll leave him in the trees for now. Provided an Isengard army doesn't come out of nowhere. I can't waste his movement points over there, really. It's kind of...
Your orders, my lord. Your orders.
We'll give it some thought. I may go down the bridge, actually, and maybe just... we'll go from there. But anyway, this is Halmir. He is our faction leader. And he has quite a lot of authority. And he's pretty good. Halmir is, of course, quite young. He's only just recently come of age, and he is now the rightful heir to the kingdom. You will see as well, I've renamed everything to Athámor. Athámor 4, Athámor faction leader. So everything's called Athámor. Aerndwife has just been not entirely removed from the game files, but it's been replaced. So yeah. Moving on to the final set of generals to the south, near about Faragrondos, we will find Ekarn, who is Tremak's grandson and Don Kife's son, that you may recall we had. Before everything went to shit. We'll grab a couple of those guys as well. So we have Ekarn, who is the son of Tremak. He comes with Mithril Nugget, which is a nugget that was given. He found that somehow he found that nugget. I don't know how. It's a bit of an heirloom by Don Kaif that he had, and it's been passed down to his son. Ekon also comes with a guard dog to keep him safe. An elven friend as well accompanies him, and then he also has a Rudauran axe as well, which he uses as well for melee. He comes with units of Dub Chief Elders, which I thought was we do have a unit of them already. But these are we gave him a little bodyguard unit as well. Dub Chief Elders, which is pretty damn good. It's not bad. We also have 4 units of Keyfire Huntsmen as well join us, as well as now a Druidane I just given him. And in the fort to the north, we have, as you may recall, a general that we had. Actually, he was just spawned in. I think we built a unit of the bodyguard, and he appeared. Doug Hall, his name was. And Doug Hall actually survived. He was the only custom general left in my N5 campaign once Tremak had died. And so we have Doug Hall. Doug Hall has returned to join us for this campaign. He does have the key of Orthanc because he was, at Isengard. He is a member of the Filani clan, which is what he came with when he joined us. He is a renowned mercenary. It's a hallmark. Oh, I should have made. Damn it! I should have. Oh no, it doesn't give a discount cost. He's a horse master, and he also has a Rohirrim lance because he comes with a cavalry bodyguard. He comes with the N5 cavalry, which is the best cavalry we can get. So we have attack of 10, charge bonus of 10, defense of 16, which isn't bad at all. He also has 4 units of Filani herders that join him as well. Now we have a little bit of a obstacle. Captain Onku stands in the way. So I could move Ekon towards Faragrondos, but I'm going to deal with this guy first. So let's have our first battle, shall we? And then we'll talk about it as we go in. We have to win this. This is just 4 units of Dub, Druid, and Hunters. Which in theory, we should be able to kill them off with our cavalry quite easily. So let's do this. We'll make a quick save. Athámor. Yes, I'm thoroughly looking forward to this campaign. And I'm looking forward to getting into it. It's nice to go back to DAC. Something I'm noticing, because I have finished recording the tournament series now for DAC. And I've now finished that up. And yeah, with all that talking out of the way, let's get into the campaign. Let's get into it. We got about 40 minutes left to chat about to carry on. So let's do that. Let's carry on. A bit of a hill. This is not too great. So let's have a look at our Filani then. This is our cavalry we got. We've got quite a few of these guys. They throw javelins, so they'll be quite handy. We give it. So this is our Filani as well, which look pretty neat. And then we got the N5 cavalry. This is what they look like. There you go. Looking pretty damn neat and vicious. I love it. Right, we really want to get in there and hit them as we can. Now we aren't using the extender for Medieval 2, so unfortunately our generals, once we lose a lot of them, won't replenish the full amount of bodyguards, unfortunately. Right. We want to try and run our archers down. And then I'll keep my... For some reason, they all come with the Iron Fist. Every time I tried to remove that as a trait, it just seemed to bug out, so I just didn't. Now, they will shoot us, unfortunately. But when we get a charge in that... Oh, God. And bring them in, lads! Despite the bush being slightly in the way. And that killed an awful lot of them. Let's push out there now.
Continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Yeah, we might lose a few of these guys, but it's fine. Some of you may die, but there's a sacrifice I am willing to make. Oh dear. Right, hit them. They are throwing the javelins. And we killed 30% of them. There goes our cavalry in again. Is that a general there? That's a general there. Pull them out again. The javelin thing will keep them out. Alright, pull them out. Hit them. Bit of micromanaging here, but that's okay. can hit them now. You're out of javelins.
The enemy force remains.
Not quite off yet. Hit them. Blast them. Not blast them.
The battle is very much in our favor.
Right.
Victory will
Let's
be
make sure what
ours.
these guys are doing. They're in skirmish, but it's just still charge, alright. Right, run away. Right, the archers will just stand there and shoot them. That's fine. And watch them get absolutely gunned down. Oh my god.
The enemy general flees like the coward.
Yeah, it's
he
over.
is,
It's over.
and break the spirit of his army.
We'll bring our commander. There be off.
Behold how our cowardly
There you go, it's over. We did lose 88 men, unfortunately, but there you go. And the most kills goes to the N5 cavalry. No surprise there. They are a very good unit of cavalry. The best cavalry we are going to get. So, if they die, then we'll be able to recruit them for ages. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the Gondor campaign as well. Work is going for the custom generals. A few more scripts that I've gone for and actually add some of the bodyguards for. And as well as this, I'm looking forward to this. I'm trying to think the music's too quiet or too loud. Whatever I think. Let me know what you think as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun. It should be a nice little, fun little campaign. And I also really wanted to carry this on. I always have this thing where I never end a series like completely unfinished. I like to do at least end some sort of ending video if I am going to end something. But I felt the N5 campaign was unfinished. I felt it wasn't done. There was more to do. We hadn't done everything in the campaign, so I wanted to come back. And that's what I've done. You'll notice that the year as well has changed to 3007. Because obviously we've moved ahead a lot. Enemy camp sap, we get a bit of gold from that. Now we could move to Faragrondos, I think we should.
Yes, my lord.
We won't get there in a single turn, so that's fine.
Honor.
I could possibly win that with my cavalry, I think.
Your orders.
That's probably such a stupid idea.
Yes, my lord.
But I
Your
probably...
orders, my lord.
Oh, I can get over it, I just have to leave a druid in behind, but that's fine. I'll stick the druid in the fort for now, and they can just not lose me upkeep.
Yes, my lord. Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Right, relay season Faragrondos, we get some sap for now.
We shall prevail.
Your orders, my lord.
And we go besiege Dug Hall. You notice that Egon is actually got the same sort of portrait from Fritigan from DCI Last Alliance, and I think this guy's a general portrait from DCI as well. They're quite good portraits, so I just went with them. I thought they looked really good. Right, now we need to work out what to do here. We could push on Isengard, but I just don't think that's going to go well. So let's tell you what, we're going to attack Eisenrun instead. Would everyone be to... Because we could lose Helmir. If Isengard push out, we could easily lose him. So what I might do, it's a little bit cheaty, I know. I might just character reset him. Well, no, that's so cheesy. Tell you what.
Yes, my lord.
I don't know.
Your orders, my lord. Your orders, my lord.
Tell you what, we'll go attack Eisenrun. I won't cheat. No, that's just silly. Oh, we can take it in one turn.
We shall prevail.
No shit, we can. Fine, we do that. I'll jump them over there. I could just let them sally out. It'll only take 2 turns. We'll stick the Helmir in there, and if the AI do attack him, I can double back that army to fight back. As for Farbad, if we can shut Dunland out and get it before they do, then we'll go for that.
Yes. To battle.
We need a lot of ladders because Farbad's quite a big place. We stick our army in there and besiege Farbad. We shut Dunland down so they can't get it. And as for Saradoc, this would help if I had a spy, wouldn't it? I know it's up here somewhere, but I don't want to go too far into the Breland borders. So I'd like to move towards Argonne, which is around here somewhere. So
Your orders, my lord.
we do that.
Yes.
I'll stick Ionan,
Yes.
although he does have a decent bodyguard. So, but eventually I do want to make troops come from Karis. But then again, I feel like I'm wasting that general. No, we'll to leave a Mordag Fisherman behind.
Merging armies, my lord.
Your orders, my lord.
I could have them lag behind. But then if they get attacked by bloody rebels, then they die. So we're taking them out the fort, we're march south with several watchtowers we go.
This tower will keep vigil over the lands.
Okay,
Your orders, my
that's in
lord.
place. That's besieging Farmad. That's besieging Faragrondos. We can bring these guys over next turn. They should have enough movement points. Right, okay, that's the first turn done. I know it's been a bit of a lengthy introduction, but I think this is, I couldn't have not done a lengthy introduction for this series. There's just a lot to explain, and yeah. As you see, all expansions kicked off. I should probably zoom in the map a bit so we can see a bit more closely upon what's going on. But it's been a while since I played DAC, and as I hear the music now, I think we're at a fine volume, which is almost certainly copyright music. But oh well. I make a not exactly a lot of money anyway for YouTube, so it's not really an issue. I don't really care that much. Nothing from Isengard Dunlands, okay. They don't have enough men to stop us at Farbad. Farbad will fall to us easily. Are they selling out? No. New mission, take rebel settlement Argon. Ah, I figured it was oh, it's right there.
Your orders, my lord.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
We'll grab some. Oh wow, look at the treasury. God, we're gonna be in debt for ages. We may as well grab some mercenaries and
Engage.
Yes.
oh
my
crap,
lord.
the siege hasn't gone through because Dunland have taken it in no expansion. I had a feeling that would happen. Do we push on Farbad with that Almine side?
Your
Thinking not. I think we should instead go for Bile. We're going to fort for now. Well, it doesn't matter because we're losing money hand over fist. So we may as well just move south and get to Bile.
We shall continue tomorrow.
Yeah, that hasn't gone ahead. Oh, I didn't fight the battle, did I?
my lord.
But Isengard's so much more weaker now.
Honor. We're combining forces.
Um,
I'm gonna
there's a real risk here that they could surround and kill us. But if I fight well, I should be fine. Argon 2000. Hammers up the crown. Give me more command. Good. We need that. Did Paragon us? No, Gondor didn't get annual. I didn't think they would.
Yes, my lord.
Do I need those guys? We may as well, yeah, just extra support. Oh, they can't reach the... Oh, okay, fine. I should just left them in the fort then. That's silly. Saradoc will take Argon, which I might have to... But it's not too bad in that, garrison-wise. We'll march Flabber attack around here. Can grab the region there.
Your orders, my lord.
I'm tempted to potentially wait, see if they maybe attack me.
I'm gonna stick you.
Yes, my lord.
I don't have a lot of... Oh, I don't have any archers though, do I? Next, apart from them, because they're javelins. But they're good javelins, so I could win that. If not, we're losing straight away, and this campaign will be off to a great start. I could take Faragrondos now, but I don't have any infantry. So I'm thinking... But I need the gold. I need the money. We're going to debt. So we have to go in. If I can get the... I don't know. But if they sallied out and attacked me... Because those archers on the walls would just utterly just kill me. I know that doesn't happen. Right, tell you what.
Marching to war.
Right.
Your orders.
I think we are going to have to wait for them to come out. We can't assault that. If we assault it, we will just die and lose hundreds of men. And our men are not going to come easy in this time.
Your orders, my lord.
So, right. We'll see what Isengard's move is. See if they attack us at Eisenrun. Hopefully AI does a stupid and decides not to. Let's see what they do. I'm confident that we can... Yeah, they're being silly. Unless, no, they are coming. Yeah. It's just Ugluck, though. It's not Lurtz, thank God. Oh. What are they doing? What are they doing? But... not in range. There's the area must think they're in range, and they've just done that, and they've just messed up royally. Okay, fine. Right, fine. You've screwed up there, AI. And I will take full advantage of that. Right, let's kick their asses. Let's avenge Dramak. This is what this campaign's about. Avenging Dramak, avenging King Wolf, and avenging our people. Pretty much. Saruman will die. We will have vengeance.
Units, await my...
I can't believe the AI just did that, but... oh dear. Can't believe he did that. In fact, actually, no. Oh, you use these guys as flanking forces. The generals I want to keep together because they have javelin units we want to make use of. Do they have any archers? I can't remember if did they, or was it crossbow? I think they had crossbows, didn't they? Yes, they do. That's going to be slightly a pain in the ass for us. It seems they're coming for us, so that's fine. What are you doing? Where are you going? I know they're going to fire their crossbows. Yeah, he's being smart and he's going for the generals. Makes the most sense. Oh, he's going straight in there, isn't he? Go with the pikes out. Right, I need to multitask a minute. Right, run around there. Run around there. Remnants of Athámor. Again, the banner symbol won't change at all. These guys are good. So we can get them firing. I might shut them down a minute, actually. Get your javelins out. Actually, it might be better to move up a bit further, not up, actually. Oh, they're off. Oh, no, they're so that's not right yet. They've noticed they're being flanked, which is good. I can get them to come around here, because these are the better guys. And... move over there. I don't know where you guys are going, but... in fact, you guys can go capture the town square. A bit close for comfort. Hit those crossbows. Actually, no, Helmet will make you... what's a bunch of forces there? Improve our combat effectiveness. In fact, we just charge them in. So that we're not... there's no point really fighting here. Not they're off. Pursue them. Are you... just fire the javelins in. Might use a bit of friendly fire there. I did, yeah, but... that did nothing. Why did that do nothing? Oh, for God's sake. Right, okay, pull back.
Men have slain the enemy.
Oh, he's dead.
Without him, his troops
And the power of javelins, lads. There you go. 70 men were lost, but we did... yeah, not many kills like, but Mokani did quite well. There you go, the village is ours. It's not much to go by, but we'd take it. It is going to be quite a hard campaign. I know, setting this up, I knew this was going to be a hard campaign. And that's the point, I want this to be hard. I don't want this to be a doddle, because otherwise there's little point in us playing the game if it's going to be that easy. If I'm enjoying this, I might go record the next part. Might be a bit shorter, because it depends when my girlfriend leaves work. Because then I will go get her. Yeah, no mercy for Isengard here. They will die. Kill them all. And Lurtz is fought. Yeah, I'm off. I could fight Ugluk, but that's probably going to go badly. I don't think that's going to be a good idea. Go, burn it to the ground. Ugluk, I think, might kill us. I don't know. I don't want to risk it, to be honest. Anyway, Water Cloud, Moria, and then Vale. I could sell the region to Rohan, but the problem is I don't have a diplomat. Another problem. Oh my good god, where does that come from? What in the absolute what? Where are they going? I don't have any money to build a diplomat. I can't even build a diplomat if I wanted to. My only hope is that if Rohan... Where the bloody hell did that come from? Absolutely no idea where that came from. Right, let's see if we can beat them, I guess, because they're going to fight us no matter what. The bandits, we can probably beat them. Famous last words. We'll come back to that. Right. We'll let them rally up, because I want to fight them there.
Yes, my lord.
It might be better to maybe bring these guys over. Can I not cross here? Oh, God. I want to go miles.
Your orders, my lord.
With honor.
We'll take Barrett Ben. Big garrisons, isn't they? Good God.
Yes, my lord.
It's such difficulty. Right, we'll fight these guys and see how well this goes.
To battle.
Celsius is them, but I mean, the border guards aren't bad. We should hopefully win this. They've got some. We have got better archers. Also, Ireland's bodyguard's pretty good as well. It's such a monstrous army. Right, let's do this. We have no choice but to fight them, and we have to fight them very well. We're going to have to play very well to win this, I think. This is going to be interesting. If we can reform the clans, then this will be much easier. But we can't, because we're already at War of Isengard. The whole point of this campaign is that he's already slaughtered us in the battlefield. This is a dub sheaf. I didn't really show much to the other army, did I realise? Just to focus on winning the battle. These are the Warband Blades, having the Dunland standard there, looking pretty neat. I love the new Dunland units, it looks so cool. Bandits, seen them all before. The Mordag Fishermen. And we've got the Fallon Border Guards. For king and country. And we've got the Saraline Mercenaries, which will come in handy as well. Alright. Pour them back. Let's sort out. Alright. Hell of a bloody... Right, the cavalry's over there. Where's the cavalry? That's the thing I'm worried about. Over here. Right. In that case then, shut you guys out of that. I want you over here. The bandits can go over this side. They have quite a long line here. And the Mordag want them straight in the front. I want those javelins firing hard. Contrary to the advice of a gentleman, I recall, he said about putting the archers in the front, but in this situation, because I think we're kind of outmatched a bit, I don't really want to risk. I'm going to put these guys back for now. Right, march. March in position, lads. We're on the clock here. The Wooden Hunters, I'm almost certain they're going to start firing. The Saraline Mercs can counter them, and we're going to come out of time and go out of time 6. What am I about? Wooden Hunters. Now, I think being aggressive is the best way for us to... because these guys are spearmen. They're good, but I think they'll be better in the defense, personally. The javelins should kill a lot of them anyway. Fire! You fire off. The archers, they're in. No, focus on the sellswords. Oh god, put your spears out. Put your spears out. What are you doing? God. Okay. Charge the bandits in. Charge the warband blades around. This is going to be such a hard campaign. I already know it. Right, get her over here, and you're gonna have to go help.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Don't go too thin. Private cav are buggering off. Well, one charge against him, and then, good God, we're in trouble. You can target your javelins at the sellswords. That's what we need to focus on. Right, bring them round. Doing 1,000 things at once. So, bollocks. Charge! Charge them now. Disrupt their charge with a good charge for yourselves. It's not what I wanted in the slightest there. I've lost how many fucking troops? Jesus Christ. Right, okay. I might have to pull them out. The private cavalry can absolutely overwhelm my archers. Yeah, they're getting out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Out. Get out. Get out. Fucking good God. Yeah, the general's out. We lost a bunch of those archers. Not entirely what we wanted at all. You have to fight the sellswords. I have no other choice but to fight the sellswords. Push through that. Try and flank those guys if you can. Right, that's good for us. Not good for the AI. Right, they're buggering off. You need to get firing at these bloody wooden hunters to finish them off. Fucking forget that. You guys are holding the right. You got to do a defense. You guys get over there. Right, which is better than if are they better in fighting? Armor piercing. Right, let's get him off this. Let's start cutting up these bandits. Yeah. Ooh, fantastic. That's what I want to see. The sellswords have been melted by my forces for done lendings. The warband blades, good on you, absolute chads. They're off. Right, in fact, come around here, flank them. You get over there, and you can, you know, you're one big unit. Flank the bandits are making a hell of a go in our line there. That's only 9 of the Cardin cavalry. They're off. I might kill a few of my guys there, but if we can swarm them now. Run. They're broken, routed, fantastic. I need you guys firing. Oh, they're shooting them instead. Okay, cool. Fine. Alright. Right, I want you in there. I want you guys to come around here. Stop the Found Border Guards from getting annihilated. The Wooden Hunt's still in the game. Come on, guys. Finish them off. The sellswords will go down against. They've done pretty well, these guys, are they? I didn't know they were so powerful. Attack of 9. Yeah, the sellswords actually better, but they've just utterly beaten them. Might be a terrain bonus, perhaps. In fact, I'm going to send you guys around. Oh, where are you guys going? Oh, they're off. They're off. Right, it's over them. Yeah, they're gone. Who's still flying the sellsword? I think we won this. Now routing. Who's left? Yeah, they're off. We lost an awful lot of men than we need to, but that army is gone. So, thankfully. With that army dead, we can now freely move on Archon. We had to fight them, because if we fought the army together, we'd almost certainly died. There you go, victory is ours. The bandits did the most kills, what a nerve. Wow. The Warband Blade's very impressive. The Foresters we lost an awful lot of, unfortunately, but they will replenish. Only up to 78, is it? Yeah, 78. And then, after that, that's that. They don't replenish anymore unless you have the extender, which you will see of in the what's it called, engine extender? Is that it, right? Medieval 2 engine project, I think it's called. I think engine overhaul product, whatever it's called. Anyway, so it's a thing that upgrades Medieval 2 and makes it more better. Although unfortunately hasn't quite made its way to DAC version 5 just yet. It has made its way into the Gondor of War submod, which shall be featuring. Goodbye, arsehole.
Glory, honor, victory.
And I'll immediately march on that. I won't replenish my man. I
We
could.
shall prevail.
Bant Brother Axeman, we can easily screw them over. That shouldn't be too bad. Flab Headtech. I wanted the guy called Flab Headtech because his name is just so ridiculously long, and I just thought it would be kind of funny.
Yes, my lord.
Right. Yeah, money issue is high, but the more population we get out of that, and if we can get Faragrondos, I'm so tempted to charge in there. But I just know, I almost certainly know we're just gonna lose that so hard. I'm tempted to just ransack and burn eyes and run away. So if I can just disrupt their holdings, yeah. We do that. Solid. We're gonna have to keep moving. We can't. Begins. I like when the AI does that. So now if we can kill that army, we can get. Well, let's have a look at what we're dealing with. This is a lot of infantry here, so we need to beat them in infantry. 15 walks, we can kill them. Urukai Raiders, we can kill them. They've had a run, I think, with the Rohirrim, I think. Nazdug. Urukai Raiders, Darling Long Spears. The only issue here, we could have Ugluck, but by the time we've... Hang on.
I'm gonna stick you.
That is the only issue there, but we do have a castle to defend from, so... Alright, let's do this. One last... yeah, probably one last battle, then we're done. So I might fit another hour recording, then we're done. Or I might go record something else, but I'm quite enjoying this. I'm really into it. Let's go. Let's carry on. Sorry. I also need to record quite a few episodes of this because I'm miles ahead of pre-recorded on my Wessex, Jon Snow, and faction tournament stuff like this. I need to really get ahead on if I'm going to keep up this for the Thursday schedule. Makini on backstory. I love this faction. I do love the faction. I think they're really cool. I love a faction like this.
The enemy are bringing in reinforcements.
Right, let's march him. Save the javelins for a little bit later on, I think. Over there. Go in there. I can go in.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
They're off. Oh, see you later. Goodbye. They're off already. Flippin' heck.
Only half the enemy force remains.
The only issue here is we don't have a lot of cavalry. So we really need to hit that 80% garrison.
How our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press
Oh dear. That's... We're quite fast in Yorks, I think, aren't we? I think the Dub Chief are a bit faster, aren't they? The rest of the army can hold up. Just hold for now. I thought the Dub Chief were faster. There they are.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Right, they're off. There's only, what, how many of them? Oh, one guy left. Pull back. Right, we've got an army coming our way. Who's this? Urukai Archers. Engage. At once. Got a lot of men coming. And the bodyguard, which is what we need to kill the javelins. That's what my javelins are here for. Right, we need to get up there. Liarden Billman. Shoot my generals a bit, but that's alright. They are targeting my generals, that's exactly what they're doing. Fine. Right, get them in there. We need to... Right. The walls are coming in. Intercept them and crush them. Oh god, the guildsman a bit too far in there. The camels in the game, so I'm not too afraid of them. Get them over there. Got work to do, lads. Right, I don't think the archers will stand too long. Let's get that out.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Oh, what are you guys doing? Get over there. Get over and fight. Back if you can. Bounce and deal with them. Oh god. That's not good. I think we are going to have to go in there in melee, I think. I can send you over around. Oh god, I can see my general. No, get the hell out of there. Oh Christ. Out. Get out. Are you guys? Give him some time. Give him some time, lads. Oh, the turn around. Yeah, they're running. Get your javelins out, lads. Support your banner carrier, damn it. Should be able to handle the archers, right? Right. Everyone's engaged. Please don't be my general. No, it's not, thank god. Alright, get around there. You can start. Oh god, no. You're gonna go white into the army.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Here you go, Isengard. Fire! Hit them in the back. Stop fighting that bloody banner carrier and fire. Stand there and wait for your army. They're waiting for that guy to come back. Just throw your javelins. Axes as well. Oh dear. Hit them now. Keep hitting them. Don't give up. Right, they're obviously not handling themselves over there quite well, so we need to get over there. Chant, my boys. That sounds so weird. Chant, my boys. What? I may get a bit of friendly fire there.
Press onward and break the spirit of his arm. Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
We need to actually get them, kill them off, because they can't afford to escape. Actually, no, set these guys. They're all running. It should be enough, right? We've got 88%. But the problem is the general lives. That's where we're going to have the issue. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, he's coming back. Right, solid everything else. Marching the general. Oh, where are those javelins going? Oh, we kill a bunch of long spears. I guess that's something. Charge! It's 93%. We should, but the problem is the general is what's gonna let him live. Run! Need to get faster, faster, faster. Oh, he's gonna escape. I guess my plan to kill everyone. Unless he's dead. No, he's there. Bastard. Right, he's gonna make it. He's gonna escape. Bollocks. We killed them, but we didn't get the settlement. But we should easily be able to overpower them now. We killed a lot of them. It's just if Uglark attacks us, it's going to be the issue. That's what we're going to have a problem with. I need to almost get Halmir back to my lands and back to taking some more actual clan territory, and that way we can actually get in the green again. Because we're just up against too many men. Unfortunately, is the issue we're going to have here. We need the troops because we don't have enough money. We don't have enough money because we've got the men that we need, but also don't need. Kill them all. Yeah, unfortunately, not. I can't even get in there. So if Uglark hits us now, we're in trouble. Yeah, we're just going to win that, I suppose.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Right, okay. Let's work on taking some of the actual Endwipe territory. That's what we need to do. I'll see if Isengard attacks us, and then if not, if we do, we'll end the episode off there. If not, I'll go on to the next turn. See what they do. Yep, they're coming for us. I had a feeling they would. Eisenrun's going to rebel. That's fine. I can get on with that. How many men's he got? Fuck me. Jesus. He's got Uruk-hai crossbows. Oh, God. Those Bane guards are really good. But our Javelin should... Pikeman. That unit concerns me. The Berserkers, they're going to be a pain in my ass. And what's left of this army. Right, we'll save the battle, and I think we'll end the episode off here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the first episode of our series. Next, it is proving to be an interesting one, that's for sure. So next episode, we will fight this army against Uglark. If we can beat him on the battlefield, that's a huge blow to Isengard. A blow I'm willing to accept. Nasdaq unfortunately escaped, but there's so little of him, we can easily kill him off. Yeah, but I guess that is all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this new scenario and this new war that has taken place. And let me know how... let me know if you think I'm going to win it or not. Probably not. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited as I am. I'm also looking forward to getting my Gondor campaign on the go as well. It's got quite a few episodes to go yet, but Jon Snow, eventually when that ends, I will be replacing it with the Targaryen dynasty. And then we see what the Wessex series is going on, that's normal. But yeah, I'm going to go record the next video back to back, so I won't see any of your comments for the next episode, but again, I pre-record most of the stuff anyway. So I tend to read comments late anyway, so just get used to it. But anyway, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and till we meet again, farewell.